Back outside, boys, told me 70 on the strip, I'm ready to die. Cutting the traction, bet in the corner, bet I make shit glide. What is poppin'? We are live. We are back. Happy freaking Wednesday. Let's get it. What's going on? Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, IG. What is poppin'? Thank you guys for tuning in. Live One, Zach, what's going on? Z's, what's good? Let's go. Yo, this live stream is popping real fast. Let's go. I love it. Hope you guys are having the best Wednesday of your entire lives. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Joe, what's good? Let's get it. Today's episode is going to be incredible. I'm going to be talking about the concept, really just trying to stay present in the moment and focusing more on the journey, not the destination. And honestly, it's something that I've been struggling with myself. So I think some of you guys are really need to hear this. I think it can help a lot of you guys. Now, before I get into today's episode, I wanted to let you guys know I have a huge special announcement coming out next Friday, the 25th. I don't want to tell you what it is yet. I want to hit you guys with a surprise, but I'm letting you guys know right now. Next week, Friday the 25th, I'm going to be announcing something big that I think a lot of you guys are going to want to hear. I think you guys are really interested in hearing what we have to say next week. So set your calendars, set your reminders. Next week, the 25th, special announcement. It's something that I don't do often. That's going to be the hint that I give to you guys. It's not something that I do frequently. This is like once a year type shit. Okay, so set your fucking reminders, set your alarms, set your calendars. It's going to be huge. Krista, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. TikTok, what's going on? We got 30 mother truckers over there. We got a couple more on IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. This is amazing. Really blessed to be here today and deliver you guys some actionable value. So with that being said, I want to get right into today's podcast episode. So we're going to start this recording and get this popping in 3, 2. It's going to be lit. 1. Here we go. What's up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your favorite mother freaking coach, Coach Out. Let's get it. In today's episode, talking about the concept about how to stay present in the moment and why that's important. Really just trying to shift your perspective here and focusing on the journey, not the destination. And to be completely transparent with you guys, it's something that I'm still actively working on and still struggling with. I was having a conversation with a fellow coach of mine yesterday, Danny, shout out Danny Cavs. And, I was like, dude, I'm having a hard time with this. I feel like I'm constantly comparing myself to other people and like really trying to fast track the road to where I'm trying to be and all this shit. And we were going back and forth. And I was like, you know what? He had a great perspective on that. And I wanted to share that with you guys in today's episode. And I think if you're able to just take one piece of actionable value from this podcast and apply it into your life and follow that over time, then I really do believe it's going to help you live a better life. And that's going to be the concept of staying present in the moment. So that's the title of today's episode, is that it's about the journey, not the destination. Why is that important? Well, I'll tell you why. Because how can we expect more from life if we're not thankful for the things that we have right now in the present moment? Right? Think about that for a second. If you're not thankful for what you have right now, then how can you expect to get more out of life? If we're constantly sitting there in this comparison and always wanting and wishing for the things that we don't have instead of being appreciative of what we do have. Now, here's the thing. Yes, I am a fitness coach, but I think a lot of what I focus on with my page, my content, I don't know what I was just trying to say there. My content, my podcast, all the things that I talk about frequently is mindset and perspective related. Why? Well, because if you aren't feeling the best, then how can you expect to show up anywhere else? Right? Because if you're not good here, then you won't feel compelled to show up and do the best that you can every single day. And I think we could all agree on that, right? So to give you guys a little bit more context on that, my entire life, I've always wanted things like fast, like snap your fingers, and I think we're all, falling victim to that a little bit nowadays, especially, with social media where you're listening to this, right? Like that's how you're digesting this information is through social media. We all want things fast, especially like TikTok, you're scrolling and we get accustomed to this instant gratification lifestyle, right? Like a lot of us are there right now. That's pretty normal. But that's the purpose of this episode, is to highlight that in order to live a fulfilling, peaceful life, in my opinion, this is my opinion. In order to live that, then we need to stay present in the moment and be grateful for the things that we do have. And that's extremely important. And every time I catch myself feeling shitty about where I am, I just think about how far I've come, right? And I want you guys to do the same thing as you're listening to this right now, regardless of where you are. If you're in the car, walking, cooking, walking your dog, hanging out, like, doesn't matter. Think about where you were a few years ago, where you're at now, and how much further you could be if you stay on this path of being consistent and doing the work that you're supposed to do every single day, right? It's something that should excite you if you think about that for a second. So instead of always getting fixated on what you don't have, I want you guys to be thankful for what you do have and stop comparing yourself to other people. Be present in the moment and really trying to stay in this place of gratitude, I think, will really serve you and keep you in a place of peace and momentum. And that's something that I say a lot to my clients as well. Now, if you're a client of mine listening to this, then you guys know that we're celebrating wins every single Friday, right? Because if you don't take the time to recognize your efforts, then how do you expect to keep going? You're just asking to burn out if you're always wanting and wishing for other things, right? Like, let's be real. Life is hard. Fitness is hard. Staying on track isn't easy. Relentlessly sacrificing and staying disciplined is a skill set that takes time to develop, which unfortunately, I think a lot of people self-sabotage and believe they're not capable when you are. It's just about making those conscious efforts every single day, which might not be the easiest thing, right? And that's something that I've been actively working on, which is why I wanted to talk about this today. And I know for a fact, if you could just make that subtle tweak in your perspective each day, then that's going to allow you to live at a higher vibration. And that's the goal. Because if we could stay up here and make sure that we're in a good place, then everything else is going to flow from that, right? What do you guys think of that? You look like C-Bum. That's funny, man. I appreciate it. Maybe it's the mullet. I don't know. I'm working on that and working on building the chest out too. That's been the goal. RJ, what's good? Thank you guys for tuning in. Dusty Bunny, what's popping? that name is funny. Can we get a flex a little bit? I'm feeling a little flat today, but it's all good. We're here delivering some value for you guys. Hope you're having an amazing day. I'm just scrolling through these comments. It's hard to focus on the journey when you hate where you're at, like impossible. So that's the thing, is you could change that. You don't have to stay there. I want you to know that. Change is possible for anybody. Anel, thank you for tuning in. Marie, what is going on? We're talking about how it's about the journey, not the destination. Okay. That's the purpose of today's episode. And I want to continue to roll with that. So the title of this podcast is called It's About the Journey, Not the Destination, because honestly, it's been one of my biggest struggles over the last few years. Comparison. And comparison is the thief of joy, because if we're constantly in this place of looking at other people and bitching and complaining as to why we're not where we want to be yet, then all that's doing is taking away from your energy on what you should be focused on with your life, right? And like I said, it's honestly been one of my biggest downfalls. Self-sabotage, like wanting more, doing all that. Like, we're never satisfied. I'm not satisfied. And we keep looking ahead and doing all these things, but all that's doing is keeping you away from being peaceful and content with yourself in the present moment, right? Does that make sense? Like, think about that for a second. That exact mindset could be why you're not happy right now. And I think in order to solve that, it's constantly reminding yourself about where you've come from, where you're at now, and how much better it could be so long as you stay consistent, right? So guys, to recap this episode, I want this to be very short, to the point, so that way you could take what we're speaking about and implement that into your life, right? So thinking about that, achieving big things in life doesn't happen overnight. You're aware of that, right? Like, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So yes, it's good to be hungry and not be complacent, but also I think staying in a place of gratitude can really help you be present in the moment. And then if we could stay present in the moment and stay in that place that you feel at peace with, then I really believe it's going to allow you to live a more fulfilling life. And if you could stay in that place and continuously enjoy the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis with that attitude, then you're going to feel more inclined to do the work that you're supposed to be doing, instead of showing up each day hating, or I should say dreading, your activities and going through the motions and being unhappy. Like, that's not a life to live. And I've been there, and I don't want that for you. Like, this is coming from somebody who struggled for so long with limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, not feeling like they're good enough, always constantly complaining. But like, I want you guys to know, as you listen to this, that you are capable. You could do whatever you set your mind to. And I say that so frequently on this podcast because I do believe that. I think all of us are capable beyond measure. But so many times we just choose to play small instead of for less, because it's easier to stay inside of our comfort zones and listen to our friends and family about what we should do, as opposed to just being in alignment with ourselves and going after what we truly want. And that's really what I'm trying to do every single day. I had someone ask me that this morning. Well, what have you been up to? And for me, it's continuously inspiring and impacting as many people as I possibly can on a daily basis to live their best lives and go after what they truly want, because that's all we have is time. And it's our choice and power every single day to choose how we operate. And I really do believe if you could approach each day with that attitude, then you will continue to move forward. That way you could show up with energy and enthusiasm. So guys, that's pretty much all I have for today. Like I said, I want to keep this short and sweet. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have the best day ever. Please go and implement on the things that we talked about. It's not about the destination. It is about the journey. Embrace the moment. Stay present. Be thankful for what you have. Operate from that place. And I think it's going to really help your mindset. Peace, love, protein, and we'll see you in the next one. Boom. That's it. That's all. We're done recording the podcast. I love it. Anel, thank you for tuning in. Very true. No more lack mindset. Got to go for it. Stay positive. I love it. How many times do you drink per month? Maybe 2-3 tops. I don't drink much anymore. Reason being for that is I just get like brutal hangovers, like the older I get. And it just sets me back for like days, and I just don't want to be there. So I don't really do that often. Faris, I hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I have for today. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing day. Is that a mullet? Yes, it is. Poser. TikTok is so amazing and full of love. Excuse me. But I do have to prep for a meeting coming up in a few minutes. So just wanted to give you guys some good energy. And again, next week, Friday, 25th, huge announcement. And if you'd like to listen to this audio only replay, head on over to the link in my bio on my Instagram. These podcasts are always recorded. There's about 100 and almost 80 episodes now. They're like quick 10 minutes, short to the point, actionable value, mindset, fitness, nutrition, just becoming the best version of yourself. So it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's live on Spotify right now. Go ahead and check it out. I appreciate you guys. Let me know what you learned from that. And that's that. So see you guys soon. Peace.